Hey guys, so I know this is a bit late. This is pushing midnight already, but I just wanted to follow on my commitment to make daily videos also in this second channel. So, by the way, if you're new to this, my name's Marvin Germo. I'm a stock market trader and investor, and I make daily videos about investing in the market. This is my second channel where we talk about technical analysis used in the US and Philippine markets, showing you what's happening to those companies from a technical analysis point of view. So if you want more videos about this, like, share, subscribe, and smash the bell so you get updated every time I come up with new content about investing and about the markets and about stock trading. So for this video, I just want to make this very, very quick. I want to talk about four stocks, two US stocks, so that it caters to people who are trading the US markets, then two more from the Philippines, so that it also caters to people who are investing the Philippine markets. So two conglomerates from the Philippines, then two tech stocks from the US. So if you're excited, comment I'm excited, comment I want to know more, and let's go and let's do this. So I want to start with Apple. As you all know, Apple is moving up not just because it had amazing second quarter earnings, not just because it beat analyst estimates, not just because during the midst of the pandemic they actually grew better, but because also there's so much sentiment surrounding it because of the stock split that it's having. And I made videos about that along with the Tesla stock split also, but I just want to show you this. This is how Apple was prior to the pandemic. Then suddenly, large correction happened last March because of all of the news surrounding the lockdowns and the coronavirus. So after that, Apple massively went down. As you can see here, this was the large pullback that happened for Apple. And here's how important support and resistance is. If you look at it here, the previous resistance at the previous high, it formed the new support for Apple. And right after that, Apple started to continue to push and move higher and proceed into its uptrend. That being said, Apple is still steadily pushing for if you're a position trader into its uptrend. As of this point in time, also, there's still no reversal signal. What's so interesting about that also is if I put a resistance here, Apple dropped, but it suddenly pushed up higher, putting it above and creating a support at the 397 US dollar level. So please note, currently, while this video is being made, it tried to escape this uptrend but suddenly jumped and built a support at the 397 level. So a couple of things. You could put a smaller, shorter, weaker support here, which it broke out from, but two large candles over the past two trading days pushed Apple to close at the 497 US dollar level. So that being said, one critical juncture that you would want to watch is this particular support level, that should there be any corrections, should there be any profit taking after the split would happen, I'm going to update you, of course. But currently, while this video is being created at this point in time, surrounded by news of having a great brand, surrounded by news by having earnings that surprised estimates, and all of the news surrounding the split, we're seeing Apple proceed and getting all-time highs on a regular basis. So I hope you're learning, and I hope that this is something that's adding value and content to all of you. Now, I want to talk about a Philippine stock. Let's look at DMC. For DMC, on the other hand, it's the opposite. DMC is still moving massively, still on a very, very, very large and steep downtrend. If I'll put support and resistances here, you could put a support here, and this is now the new resistance after that support. You can put another support here, and this is now you're having a resistance at the 4.65 level. You have a support here at the 3.13 level. Now, if I'll zoom in and to make it a smoother look on how the downtrend would look like, you could make a very long projection for the downtrend of DMCI in this level. So this is the long and strong downtrend that's preventing DMCI from pushing and moving higher. So that being said, if it breaks past this line, this downtrend that I just posted here, then we can actually see that, hey, over the next few days, over the next few weeks, DMCI might actually get out of the downtrend. But you have to understand also, there's the 200-day moving average also acting as a resistance that could possibly block it. So Couple of things that you need to watch out for if you want to see DMCI reverse. Number one, this breakout from this downtrend. Number two, if it breaks past the 4.65 level, we might actually see it have a chance to break out and reverse even further. So please do write this down. Breakout from 465, next resistance is 5.6. Breakout from 5.6, next resistance is 6.43. So that being said, there's a possibility also kasi that if it breaks out from this, it's out of the downtrend, but it could still move sideways here, moving in this direction. So what I want to say and what I want to tell you is that watch out. Very, very critical area to watch out for is the 4.65 level. Very, very critical area to watch out for is the downtrend that has not been broken. That if you try to zoom out, you will see it that the downtrend here, which started March 2019, is not yet also broken. So allow me to zoom in further and allow me to project this to all of you. Couple of things again. If you want to see it get out of the downtrend, it must break out this trend line from this trend line. Number two, it also must break out from this 200-day moving average. But that being said, for that to happen, it has to break out from the 465 resistance level. If it does not break that level, then we cannot expect it to push up, reverse up, and go even higher. But you can still trade it. Why? Again, if it does not break this, it could go here and you can trade the 3.2 to 4.65 level. And this could still give you a relatively good, attractive around 40. It's my laptop's loading. Could give you still around a 45.8% return. So let's see. Allow me to update you. But the next target that you could watch out for or look at for DMCI is the 4.65 level. Comment below if you're learning. Comment if this is something that's helping you and adding value to you. Third stock, US stock, listed in the NASDAQ, AMD. So AMD also has gotten a lot of attention because of what they have been producing. But what's so interesting about the US is a lot of those tech companies have been doing so well. And if you notice it here, AMD also dropped massively right here, similar to what happened to Apple. But their recovery, if you notice it, it looked a bit V-shaped from here to here, but there's a resistance in this area. So after dropping massively, let me show you how big the drop was. It dropped around 38%. After dropping 38%, it rebounded around 67%, built a resistance at around the 59.60 US dollar level. Then after that started to break out, and after it started to break out, we saw a large push for the stock going up around 47%. And if you try to note it also from the large drop that we saw last February and March for the stock, it's already up around 130, 140%. So that's how amazing tech is in the US. That's how amazing tech stocks are as of this point in time. What I want to reiterate also to all of you is this won't last forever. There will come a point where you would see it start to reverse. There will come a point that this run will also end. Like any runs, any uptrends, there will always be corrections. There will always be reversals. So you have to be prudent also when you start creating and doing your trades, that when it's over, you have to sell. When it's over, you have to get out of the trade. When it's over also, you know how to pick and create exit mechanisms for you to be able to trade it properly and in the right way. So there, Apple in an uptrend, DMCI still in a downtrend, AMD massively crushing it and massively going up and pursuing its higher high and going into an uptrend, up pushing higher in its bullish state. So 2 US stocks, 1 Philippine stock. Let's add one more. Let's look at JG Summit, conglomerate of Cebu Pacific, RRHI, RLC, exposed to different other industries in the Philippines. They also own URC. They also have a bank. Let's see how they're doing right now. I remember it also, so interesting, around the 2008 level. This is one of the best performing stocks, no, from that time to where we are right now. So if you notice it though, I just wanna show this to all of you. It created a very long and very strong uptrend right after the 2008 crash. It built a very, there's a very strong resistance here though at the 82 level, and I want to zero in on that because the market tried to hit that around early this year. So interesting because JG Summit went down here, tried to reverse again, and started to make a push higher. That being said, after the push higher, it failed to break this resistance, started to go down. Then we got faced with the coronavirus, the pandemic, the lockdown. So this is where, allow me to clean this up. So this is where JG Summit is. The long, massive movement up here is broken. It's broken here. You have a very large very large resistance at the 82 peso level. Until it breaks past that, you can't really expect JG Summit to move higher. And if I'll try to make a trend line here, this is the downward trend that JG Summit must break for it to be able to start to reverse and move higher. If you're trading it from a support and resistance level, this is the level that URC is trading at. So please write this down. Support is at 59.96 or around 60 pesos. Resistance is at 67. Trading this will give you a range of around 11.7%. So I repeat, the downward trend for JG Summit is not yet over. The sideways progression here, the range where JG Summit is moving, is showing you that there's a support at the 59.96 level, and there's another resistance at the 67 peso level as well. So there, very interesting. If you want JG Summit to at least get out of this downward move, it must break out from this. But lastly, for it to have a shot and a chance to move massively higher, it must clear the 82 peso level for it to have a shot also to actually challenge and go and attack the all-time high at around this level. So it's quite far. We're still not yet there. And as you all know, general sentiment still in the Philippines is funds have still been moving out. We've been the laggards in our region. I made a video about that in my first channel. You can check it out there, where I talked about why up against other countries, the Philippines is a bit of slowing down, and why US companies, tech stocks, are doing massively well up against the Philippines. So you can watch the video there. You can try to analyze it, and I hope it gives you value. But what's interesting about technicals and what's interesting about the markets is the markets could be bearish as a whole, but it does not mean that you do not have the shot to be able to make money off of it. I failed to realize that medyo maliit pala yung chart na nagawa ko, but I'll repeat it again so you guys see it. This is the downward trend for JG Summit. This is the resistance that it must break for it to go up, and this is the next couple of resistances that it needs to clear for it to go up as well. So there's still opportunities, even though it may not be as good, it may not be as interesting from economic perspective, but if you're trading the markets support and resistance wise using trend lines, you can still get out, you can still trade, you can still buy, sell, you can still make money from all of those fluctuations. And I really believe that there's still a shot and a semblance for you to be able to trade the markets wherever you are in the world. And regardless if it's local stocks, regardless if it's US stocks, there's still opportunity. And I hope that this video gives you insight on the technicals. I hope that it also gives you insight on my sentiment, on what I believe, on my take on different companies as well. And I'm just gonna make more and more raw videos like this for those of you who want to know more about the markets. So I guess that's it. I started a Patreon account for those who want to support the channel. I'll put the link in the description. I also started a YouTube community if you want to be part of that. I have different playlists from technicals and fundamentals. They're in the description below. I also have another channel. It's called Marvin Germo. We have over 1,600 videos already in that channel. So if you want to know more, you can go to that channel and watch and consume and get as much content as possible. I have books. Links are in the description. I also have online courses with Chinkee Tan and Sean Si, collaborations with them. They're also in the description below. And lastly, if you want to trade US stocks via eToro, buy Facebook, Amazon, Google for $50 only. Link is in the description below. And there, it's a Sunday. It's another week. We have a new week ahead of us. And I hope that you guys treat this as a new beginning. You treat the new week as an area for you to be able to do better, to do good, and to be able to reach for your goals of financial freedom. Because even if we're in the midst of the pandemic, it can be done. You can win, and you can trade the markets with confidence. So I guess that's it for now. This is Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, and God bless you all.